Honey, this is a mess, honey. Y'all better go get some tea and listen to this. So, do you guys remember K. Michelle X, right? The alleged ex that Portia was sleeping with. Honey, he is coming forward. And he's saying, K. Michelle, I'm not her ex. We only dated for 2 months. All right, girl, that is a trial. Guess what? He is on the couch and he's doing an interview. Mind you, while he's doing an interview, K. Michelle is putting out recordings that he didn't even know she was recorded. K. Michelle been recording this man 30 minutes, 29 minutes of hot tea, I guess, talking crap about Portia, honey. So she's going to use it as ammunition. So, honey, he's doing this interview and he's gotten bombarded. Girl, let's hear what everything got to say. And afterwards, I'll come back and spill some more tea with y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe here at this YouTube channel. I love you, Smooth. Just check this out, y'all.
If K. Michelle releases the audio of your guys' conversations, will they hear you saying anything negative about Portia?
Well, I let her bring it on.
K. Michelle just dropped a recorded call on Twitter. Did you know that she was recording?
I didn't know. I didn't know she was being recorded. So a night before they started filming, she reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're starting to film tomorrow. I'm gonna be introduced as Portia's friend and the whole 9 yards." So in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh, is she trying to wind me to give her some type of information or whatever?" But I didn't see anything. As a then, I didn't see any need, to indicate that I'm friends with Portia or whatever. So we had a conversation over 2 hours that night.
Okay.
It was pretty late at night. Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware if you were being recorded?
I wouldn't know.
Would you be okay with being that conversation?
No, without my consent. At least you should let somebody know before you start recording them, right? So I didn't think about it because we don't have no beef. Our friendship is, if you hear us talk, right, you would think it's pure, like, because she's like, "Oh, friend, hey, I'm gonna go on that show. I'm excited about it. The whole 9 yards." So a lot of things was discussed that I would rather not, talk about. And after that, they started filming, and K. Michelle called me again. I remember vividly. I was in Houston.
Was this while they were recording? Or
yes, while they were recording.
So they had started. So this must be the question where someone said, "Did Nosh tell K. Michelle anything about, or tell Portia or K. Michelle anything about the plotting?"
I'm pillow talking about. Yeah.
Were you pillow talking with either one of them?
So she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think they plotting." I was like, "What? Plotting? Who's plotting? Like, plotting what?" This was last year, while they were filming. I'm like, "No, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about?" Like, and then she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, "Kid, I don't have nothing."
Something. I said, "Well, Kate, there's something I need you to know. Portia is my friend. This is what it is. I just want to keep you in the know." I was actually looking out for you. I was actually, so you don't just go out there looking blind like you don't know what's going on. That was 5 years.
You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years, and I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that.
You don't need to tell nothing. 5 years.
You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years, and I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that.
You don't need to tell nothing.
Ooh, hey, how y'all doing, y'all? Let me tell y'all, I was over here just minding my business, y'all. I promise y'all know how I do. Honey, when I tell you I was scrolling, right? Minding my business. And I seen K. Michelle talking about 26 minutes of pure tape deliciousness. Boom. It just hit me, girl. I said, "Baby, what you taping? What you taping? A podcast?" Y'all. What she taping? A cookbook? What? Oh, God, what is this? No, honey, she taping a man. A whole man. A man that just got on Instagram and said, and I quote, "Super shocked to be referred to as an ex," laughing out loud. Honey, we gotta talk. Somebody ain't telling the truth. So look, y'all, remember the Oystergate? PORSHA and K. Michelle going back and forth. Ooh, vagina smelling like the seafood section at Kroger's, girl. Well, baby, that was just the appetizer, honey. The main course just got served, honey. Let me tell y'all, like this video, like. Honey, this man, Noshi, how do I pronounce that? N-O-S-A? Look, this man, the ex, alleged ex, and I don't know if this his real name or what. It's just a name made up for TV, girl. But this man went on Instagram and DM'd a blogger named Millie and said, me and K. Michelle, we talked for 2 months, never exclusive, never picked me on that show. I am not her ex. What? 2 months. 2 months and you an ex? Baby, I talked to a man for 2 months last year and I don't even remember his name. I'll call him the one with the car in my head. That's not an ex, that's a trial period. Damn. And let me tell y'all, the chat is going in on K. Michelle, y'all. They said, every man you talk to, not your ex. K has a pattern of this, y'all. And I'm like, wait, hold up. They might be on to something, girl. Because think about it, y'all. Love and Hip Hop, it was about a man. This show, about a man. She married now, married. And still talking about a man from a dating show she didn't even pick. A dating show. She had 2 men. She picked the white one. And now the one she didn't pick is her ex? How? How does that work? How does that work? And then somebody in the chat said, and this hurt me, y'all. This really hurt me what they said. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Get the likes up. This hurt me. They said, Kay realized that although she is the most famous on the show, PORSHA is the star. She can't fathom that. She cannot fathom that. And now she is spiraling out of control. Woo! That's a deep cut, y'all. That cut is real deep. Because PORSHA ain't even said a word. PORSHA ain't said shit. Not one word. And K. Michelle out here with 26 minutes of tape like she producing a damn Netflix special. And then, y'all, then the chat really did her ass dirty. Somebody said, no, you said you was dating a basketball coach for a few years that you was in love with and he wouldn't marry your ass. So you ran a courthouse and married in your husband 2 weeks before filming? She married the husband 2 weeks before filming, y'all. 2 weeks, y'all. Yeah. 2 weeks before the cameras came on, I said, baby, that's not a love story. That's a casting requirement, okay? That marriage is a casting requirement. That's not romantic. That's paperwork. That's, we need you to be a wife for the storyline so we can go find one, ho, okay? And she did. She found one, honey. No wonder why she like, well, if he cheat, he can not cheat. He can do whatever he want to do because it ain't real. This shit is fake, y'all. And somebody else said, same thing she did on Love and Hip Hop. Everything is about a man with her. And I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that, y'all. Don't push it in my mouth, but a big dick. Okay. But when the chat got 1,051 likes on every man you talk to, not your ex, baby, that's not a comment, okay? That's not a comment. That is receipts at this point. And now look, I'm not taking sides here. I'm really not. I'm just pouring the tea, girl, like you know I do at the messy sweet spot. But this man, Noshi, whatever his name is, the ex, says something that made me pause, y'all. He said he only mentioned PORSHA because K. Michelle said PORSHA was bringing her onto the show. So he was like, let me clear this up before it get weird. And then he said, and this the part that got me, girl, he said she needs to focus on her marriage. Focus on her marriage. a man she talked to for 2 months, never picked on TV, is telling her to focus on her marriage, and she got a whole husband at home, y'all, a whole husband, who, by the way, we ain't even heard from. Not a peep, not a leave my wife alone, not a that's not how it went. Just silence. Ain't that strange? Why her man not coming out here speaking for her? Why her man not coming out here protecting her? Honey, and the chat noticed that shit too. Yes, they did. They said no man ever acknowledged these relationships she be in. And I said, ooh, girl, that's not tea, honey. That's a diagnosis. Yes, ma'am. So look, the reunion is coming, y'all, and the chat is chatting. And the chat said, and I'm quoting here, watch Kay don't even show up to that damn reunion. And I believe it, honey. I believe it. Because when you got 26 minutes of tape and the man you taping said, I ain't even your ex, what you gonna say? What are you gonna do? You gonna play that damn tape and let everybody hear that shit? What? Talking to a man that don't claim your ass? PORSHA been cleared, honey. Okay? PORSHA is cleared. The chat said it, honey. Nosh or whatever his name said it, honey. The only person still holding on to Oystergate is K. Michelle, and baby, when the reunion come, and Andy better have that Peacock subscription ready, because we need to see the Queen's Court clip where she didn't pick him, okay? We need to see this shit. That's the only receipt that matters. I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you got 26 minutes of tape on somebody who don't claim you,
you're gonna be mad at me for 5 years.
Delete that shit. Save the damn storage space, okay? Save that storage space, bitch.
You don't
I'm
need to tell
telling
them
you.